John Walters has made me hate myself for spending money and time on Stoke City. Him leaving is the only way I can see this club ever reaching above 14th. Welcome back to Where Potters Walk. This week we're talking about, well, if Walters did leave, does it even help Stoke City in the current plight? We're also talking about how bad Koumas and Moran have recently been, especially in that Coventry City game. Welcome back. We've got Carl, Liam and Ryan to discuss all of that. We're also talking about wages and the top earners at Stoke City. Can we believe some of the figures that have been reported? And who'd we like to see up from League One? We might not care too much because we're just hoping that we aren't there ourselves next season. We've got the whole panel back with us. Thank you for joining us. If you're just finding us, we go through all Stoke City social media and review it. Right then, Carl, so many people are saying looking for a scapegoat following recent results. We'll talk about the Coventry game in a minute, but what's the point in getting rid of John Walters now?
There isn't, is there really? I mean, if you get rid of him, what impact is any sporting director going to come in and make now with 10 games left? I've never seen a hero go to zero so quick as Walters, to be honest with you. But like I say, getting rid of him now, it ain't going to change anything, is it? Let's face it, for 10 more games.
Do you understand the fans' reaction every time there's a loss, like the Coventry one, that it's not Robbins they can go to? They can't call the players out any more than we have done already. So it's got to be Walters that gets it in the neck, isn't it?
It's got to be Walters, but I think more than Walters, it's got to be John Coates. I've said it before. He's fantastic at putting money in this club. Nobody can fault him for that. But his decision making, it's pathetic. I mean, Walters come in, he gave us a battle cry last season. Everybody brought into it. It's Super Johnny Walters. He was a great player for us. John Coates thinks, right, I'll employ him quick. People like him, I'll employ him. He doesn't think about the long term. He never has done. In terms of running a club, he is bloody hopeless. Putting money in a club, fantastic, can't knock him. But yeah, I mean, you can see why it gets aimed at John Walters, because obviously he's made some terrible decisions this season. He's obviously sacked Schumacher very, very quickly. I think he was responsible for bringing in Lowell. Who even is that?
The statistics read for grim reading, don't they? 8 league wins all season, Liam. John says anybody involved in the sacking of Schumacher might have a lot to answer for. And there we are in the league. We are what, 5 points clear of now? 4 points now clear of Derby, with obviously Derby still to play away from home. And the defence is looking as porous as anything. Do you understand fans' reaction to the latest loss and not blaming the players so much and Robbins, and looking towards that terrible decision to sack Schumacher again?
Yeah, it's understandable, but it's the same thing over and over. We've lived in a cycle now for 7-8 years where we're just looking for somebody to blame all the time, and there's only one person to really blame, like Carl said, is John Coates. People make out that it's great having a fan as an owner, but sometimes they can be too close to it, too reactionary, follow what the fans want. Most of us fans do things reactionarily, and he's the same. So, yeah, I can understand it, but there's 8 years of poor recruitment. There's 8 years of misspent money. There's 8 years of backroom staff being changed. You know, Walters has done a horrendous job, and he probably should get the chop for it just because of how bad he's been. But in the long run, I don't know what it is that's going to change this club, because it's horrendously run from the top. It's bad. The only side I've said before any good is the CEO or whatever else, that Simon King, who does stuff around the stadium and for the fans. That group is good, but anything else is just an absolute car crash.
It won't help, Liam, that Bolton Wanderers could be coming in the opposite direction to Stoke City. That would just be the most Stoke thing ever, wouldn't it?
Charlton with Nathan Jones as well.
Yeah, Yeah. Right, Ryan, let's have a quick chat about the Coventry game. We don't spend too much longer because there's midweek games, of course, this week, which is massive, of course, for Stoke. Jay says, get Junho out of their team ASAP. He offers nothing at all. Every single game, unacceptable for their winning goal. Him and Stevens for the second and third goals and the lead up to their first. They're killing down our left-hand side. Yeah, you having that?
I'm still a believer of John Ho. I just think I think the change of everything in and out the club has not helped his belief. He just doesn't seem to be positive on the ball. He's making wrong decisions, and I think he's not seen a chip and change like this in his life, and I think it has sort of impacted him. Obviously the left hand side, Stevens. What do you expect? He's 30 in it. We're missing Bocat, even though it pains me to say that because he didn't have a great start. They know where to attack. Every team does. It's on that left hand side because Stevens hasn't got the pace. He can't keep up with players in the Championship now, and unfortunately, that's where they're capitalising.
It was a much improved second half, though, wasn't it, Ryan? Did you not think?
Yeah,
actually, you deserved something out of that game.
100%, and it killed me. I thought we got a point. I thought we were going to get a point here, and then I think we've had the jinx put on us. I'm not sure if you've seen we were the only, among other sides to not concede 90 plus. Everyone electric tweeted out it was going to happen, and look what happened. And it was unfortunately a John Ho. He didn't put his body in front of it, and he's let his man go, and he's slotted the ball past Johansson and straight into the corner. It's just simple stuff. Put your body in front of it and give it your all on that literally last minute, and it killed me. Proper killed me.
There's some awful tweets that I've seen from Stoke fans this weekend, Carl, about some of the players. I've left some of them out, but generally this one sums it up. Ashton says, F Moran and Koumas out of the 11 and start Gallagher and Al-Mahadi together. We are 10 times better second half. Some fans were saying Koumas didn't look bothered. I've got another one here. If I ever see Koumas and Moran in a Stoke shirt, it'll be a day too soon. Absolute frauds, a pair of them. Rip up the contracts and send them back on Monday. And that was one of the more politer ones I can share with you. Were they that bad? That's a bit of an overreaction, isn't it, to two players which generally have tried their best for the club previous?
I don't know. If you see Koumas, he was massively responsible for the first goal. In the lead up to it, I think Pearson played a fantastic ball through to him. He missed what a so-called Liverpool player should be putting away no problem in this league. And then for the goal, I've seen it time and time before of him. He doesn't do any defensive duties, and he's so lightweight. I mean, the long ball comes in, and he just watches his man run and get an head on it. And I think I put a tweet out. I said that was worthy of subbing him off, sticking him on the bus and carting him off back to Liverpool. I'd have done that in a heartbeat. I thought it was shocking. It just showed why we're in the mess we're in, because they don't care. All he's probably thinking about is, back to Anfield next season, I might get a bit of game time in an FA Cup or something, or I might get loaned out to a top Championship club. I thought his performance was disgusting. Moran, again, we've seen glimpses of he is half decent, but he's so lightweight, and the midfield is always a lot poorer for him being in it. I think now that Berger's back, I think we should be playing Berger. Pearson may potentially be injured again, but I'd be putting Berger, Pearson or Thompson in there, and Baker, and just bench Moran. I don't think he should be going on the pitch either. So yeah, I don't think the tweets are harsh, to be honest with you. I've seen it time and time again with Koumas this season.
Thanks, Carl. Liam, do you agree?
Koumas had an absolute shocker. He's been okay at times this season, but he had a horrendous game. Moran is so out of games for the majority of it that you can forget he's on the pitch. The problem we've got a lot of players learning the trade, and a lot of players who it's not in them. They're not the type of players who feel like they should be down the bottom scrapping, and it's not good enough. Jono, for me, I've argued till I'm blue in the face on Twitter. I think he is absolutely bone idle. If you give him the ball, he likes it. His little body feints, and he's looking for a pass, and he's this and that, and great. Take the ball off him and have his man run past him, and you might as well give him a deck chair out in a pair of slippers, because he is not interested in following that run whatsoever. Same with Koumas. Moran tries, but because he's so lightweight, he just brings people down. I imagine he's given more fouls away than 90% of the Stoke team, because he just can't win the ball back. So we're just a really, really poor squad. Like I said just before we come on to you, Mark, people said we showed some fight and it was a good performance against Coventry. I thought they were massively off it and still could have put 5 past us. That's how poor I think we are at the minute.
It's such a hard one, isn't it? No one wants to see Stoke go down apart from West Brom fans, by the way, here, Ryan. Well, yeah, and Derby. Yeah. But Ryan, there's a real danger, isn't it, at the end of the season when if you can't defend, and that's, I think Stoke will always score. But if you can't defend, then you're in trouble, aren't you? And what has happened to you defensively?
It seems to be we've had the defensive problems over for, as far as I can remember, like a while. I've never seemed to have had a solid back line. I mean, I don't know if the lads can agree on that.
We never spend any money on it.
We don't. We just decide to let's lump a load of money on attackers. I mean, 10 million on Benik, or 12 million on Benik, this and that. Why are we not investing in defenders when this is the main cause of issues? In the Championship, let's be honest, you've got to be more defensive than you are attacking. It's just common sense in the Championship. And we've just got a load of fairies who just want to pick up a wage, aren't bothered. I think we just need to look at players in lower divisions and who have got a bit of spirit and want to be in the Championship. These players are sort of looking at themselves going, I could probably get better than this. But defensively, I can't put my finger on what it is that they can't do. It's basic defending in football, especially in the Championship. Put your all in it, put your body on the line, and they're not.
Yeah. We'll have a look at the Stoke's fixtures in a bit more detail next week. But they are worrying. From a defensive point of view anyway. Thanks for that, all of you. Good luck this week against Blackburn and Millwall as well, 2 teams which can blow hot and cold on today, so fingers crossed. You just need 3 more wins, don't you? 3 more wins.
I think, as we said before the show, I think second half we showed a bit of something. I mean, Liam said Coventry were way off it, but I think we had a bit more going about us, and if we can put that in against a Blackburn side who seem to be a bit lost at the moment after the manager switch, and a Millwall side, I mean, I don't want Alex Neil to put a result past us. We've got to be doing something, and I do still think we can do it. I still think we can stay up.
Yeah. I think you're right. I don't see you too good to go down, but there's far worse sides than
you could say Luton is too good to go down, but look where they
true, are. Yeah. You mentioned wages a minute ago. That's our third item. Before we finish, then here's one of the graphics. Now, this has not been verified by the club. This has been put together by Salary Sport as to how much all Championship clubs spend on wages. Carl, were you surprised to see Stoke where they are there, and what are we, mid-table in terms of wages?
At least we're mid-table for something. That's too high for me. I mean, with the players we've got, we should be way lower than that. I couldn't even tell you. I mean, once upon a time, I know it used to be Peter Crouch, and then you got some classic players that we've had that you could put in there. But I don't even know who I'd put as our top earner. Probably going to be someone like Berger.
Does anyone know who the top earner is, allegedly?
I'd imagine, to be honest, Baker, Wilmot.
Ashley Phillips.
Yeah.
Not Gibbs.
Ben Gibson. Yeah. Good God Almighty.
Just relegators now.
35 grand a week, reportedly, but Gibson's on with Gallagher and 25. I mean, he's earned that.
Anson instead.
Yeah. Yeah,
I wouldn't pay
that's
Ben
mad.
Gibson £3.50 a week.
I know that is mental,
Yeah.
isn't it? That is mental.
Four players earning over $1 million a year, though. Obviously, gross rather than
Yeah,
net.
4 bad players as well.
I know. I
Surprising.
mean, Sam Gallagher's only played a handful of games. So if you work his wage out per
maximum
game, he's
7
doing well, isn't he?
Yeah. He's on 250 grand a game.
Absolute madness. Right, let us know your thoughts in the comments. Finally, this week, before we finish, we're asking all our teams across the network, which team would you like to see come up from League One? And we hope, obviously, Stoke are going to be there to have these away trips next season. I know many fans are talking about potentially we might get Stoke and Vale back as a fixture in League One, but let's hope that doesn't happen. So then, we reckon these 8 clubs are the ones that will be heading to League One, 3 of them anyway. Birmingham's pretty much done and dusted. But Liam, for you, which one side would you like to have back?
Well, Shotton and Bolton are write-offs for me straight away with them having ex-Stoke managers. I can't be having that. For the fans, I would have said Reading, but I've been to Reading 3 times and seen 3-0 draws, so I'm not going there again. So I'm going to go for Stockport, I think.
Okay. Ryan?
I'm right close about it. I'm going to go Bolton.
You're a disgrace.
I know. I knew I'd get a bit of stick for it, but I'm still like Schumacher. He did nothing wrong, and it might kick our owners up the arse a bit, potentially. And I've got a few Bolton mates, so I'd love to have a bit of tit for tat.
Carl?
Yeah, I was going to say Bolton because I've heard they've got a fantastic manager. But just for go different, I'll go Birmingham City just because it's always good atmosphere when they come down our place and when we go there.
I can't agree with the Birmingham City after what they're spending and where Hollywood.
I'm just going for the atmosphere, and it's a decent home fixture for us. It'll be a noisy one.
Horrible fans though.
Yeah, they are, and the accent's vile.
Let us know in the comments what you think to all that. Cheers. Just for joining us, you through this week. Thanks for reliving all this negativity as well. I do appreciate every single one of you coming back every single week and talking about it. It's a hard job, this.
It isn't fun.
Every single week.
I suppose it's nice to get it out and vent.
Yes, yeah. I should charge you, shouldn't I?
Therapy.
Yeah,
therapy.
Right. Have a good week. Good luck at Blackburn. We'll see you in 7 days' time to review it all. Cheers for watching.